Hey guys, and welcome to part 2 of the 1.36 math video. And if you haven't watched part 1, then just click on the previous video to see part 1. So, where we left off in part 1 is that we have solved the first practice problem, and we got our answer as 42. And we were moving on to solving the other practice problems. So now for a second practice problem, is there parentheses? Yes, 28 minus 20. And 28 minus 20 becomes 8. And then we divide it by 4. So is there parentheses? No. Exponents? No. Multiplication or division? There's division. So we solved the division to get 2. And now we've solved our second problem. Moving on to our third problem, we have 6 times 5 minus 10 divided by 2. It's pretty big, but we can solve it. Let's go one at a time. Is there parentheses? No. Exponents? No. Multiplication or division? Yes. So let's start by solving the multiplication. So 6 times 15 minus 10 divided by 2. So first the multiplication. 6 times 15, we'll have to break this up. So 2 times 15 is 30. And 2 times 15, 2 times 15, 30, 30, 30, 90. So we get 90. Then 90 minus 10 divided by 2. Next we do the division. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So we have 90 minus 5. And now we did the multiplication and division. And now we finish off with completing our subtraction, which is 85. So our answer will be 85. So for our third practice problem, our answer is going to be 85. Now, moving on to our fourth practice problem, if I can erase all of this. This takes a terrible amount of time. Probably shouldn't write that much. Anyways, I'm going to start reading it while I erase this. Our next practice problem is 6 plus 2 to the power of 4 minus 1. So is there parentheses? No. Is there exponents? Yes. So first we solve 2 to the power of 4. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. So we have 6 plus 16 minus 1. And that did not come out well. 16. 6 plus 16 minus 1. So there's no exponents, no multiplication or division. So we move on to addition and subtraction. And we only have subtraction left. So we have addition and subtraction. So 6 plus 16 is going to be 22, and then we do minus 1 to get 21. So our answer is going to be, so for our fourth practice problem, our answer is going to be 21. And now we move on to our fifth practice problem. This one's a big one, but we can solve it one step at a time. Parentheses? No. Exponents? Yes. So we have 3 to the power of 2, which is 9. So we have 4 times 9. How little can I write? 9. So 4 times 9 plus 18 minus 9. So next we do exponents, or we just did exponents. Next we do multiplication and division, and there is multiplication. 4 times 9 is 36. So we're going to have 36 plus 18. 36 plus 18 minus 9. So first we do addition. 36 plus 18 is going to be 46, 50, 54. 54. If I'm wrong at any point in this video, it might be because I'm doing this all in my head, and it's kind of hard to do that in my head. So 54, that's what I said, right? 54. And then minus 9. 54 minus 9 is going to be 45. Yes. So, that was a lot of mental math. But in the end, I'm pretty sure the answer is 45. If I'm wrong, don't put a war against me. It's just, sorry if I'm wrong. But I don't have time to check it right now because we're moving on to our sixth practice problem, which is going to be 16 plus 5 to the power of 2 minus 7 divided by 3. So first, do we have parentheses? Yes, we do have parentheses. So inside our parentheses, we have 5 to the power of 2 minus 7. So first we do, inside the parentheses, is there parentheses? No. Is there exponents? Yes. So first we do the exponents, which is 5 squared is 25. Then 25 minus 7 is going to be 18. So now we have 16 plus 18. So now we move on to doing division. 18 divided by 3 is going to be 6, I'm pretty sure. And then 16 plus 6 is going to add up to 22. So our answer is going to be 22 for our sixth and final practice problem. Our answer is 22. So let's move on. Also, I'm pretty sure I showed you this in 1.2, but if I didn't, then I'm showing it to you now. The symbols times and multiply are used to indicate multiplication. You can also use parentheses to indicate multiplication. For example, 2 times 3. So there's the reason, so now the dot also means, so if you see 3 times 2, that is not 3.2. This is a multiplication sign. Why don't we use the regular multiplication sign? Well, because when you get into higher algebra, we'll start using variables like x and y. And if we do x times y, x looks like x. So it looks like xxy. But that's not what we want it to look like. So mathematicians decided to use it as a floating dot. So if it's a floating dot, then it's multiplication. But if it's like down, then it's a decimal. And also another way to do it is showing like 3 times 2. That's another way. Parentheses also indicate multiplication. So mathematicians made 2 alternative ways instead of using the old multiplication sign. And you'll start using those signs in algebra when you go on later to higher grades. So now we move on to our next order of operations setup. And I'm just hoping that we don't have to make a part 3 of this video. We might have to, but I'll see. Hopefully we don't. So let's kind of speed this up. First, we evaluate 9 plus 7 times 5 minus 2. So how do we do this problem? We first do what's in the parentheses. 5 minus 2 is going to be 3. Then we do 7 times 3 because parentheses is another way of showing multiplication. 7 times 3 is 21. And then we do 9 plus 21, which is going to be 30, as you can see. And then for a second problem, we are going to do this. First, we do what's in the parentheses. 6 plus 1 is 7. Then we do the exponent. 2 to the power of 2 is 4. And then we do what's in multiplication. 4 times 7 is 28. Then we do division. 20 divided by 4 is 7. And then we lead up to 15 minus 7, which is going to be 8. We zoom through those 2 problems. Now we just do this real life application. You buy foam spheres. So basically, you can read this. So take a little bit of time to read this. But I'm just going to jump to the equation. In the end, they got the equation 9 times 2 plus 6 times 3. And to solve big equations like this, I'm just going to show you how to do this. You just multiply all of that. So you do, you multiply that to get 18 plus 18 plus 8. So 18 plus 18 plus 8. And then you add all of that to get 44. And now, we have these practice problems. We're probably only going to get to one, so do them quick. This Chrome